The Woman King was #1 at the box office this weekend, but only pulling in $19 million when there was literally no competition does not exactly bode well for this film, and there has been a ton of controversy surrounding its release, especially in the lead up to the release of The Woman King, when so many people realized the real history behind the story that they're trying to tell. And Viola Davis has finally responded to a lot of that controversy, instead of what she was doing before, saying you're not supporting black women if you don't watch this. If you don't put money down and support this movie, you're saying that black women can't be leads in films. I wish that was a joke. I wish that was hyperbolic. That's actually what Viola Davis was saying. Not only did she say that in an interview, but she tweeted the exact same thing. If you don't plop down money on opening weekend, you're not gonna see black females leading a movie ever again. That's the type of racial divisions that they're trying to use to get people to support The Woman King. Well, now Viola Davis is coming out with a little bit of pushback and a little bit of spin to try to lighten some of this controversy. The Woman King star Viola Davis and actor Julius Tennant, who's actually her husband as well, defend the film's historical revisionism. We have to take license, we have to entertain people, saying the reason that they made some of the changes that they did, that they didn't address some of the atrocities. As we've stated multiple times, the true story behind the Dahomey female warrior tribe is pretty horrific. They actually fought to enslave other Africans. They sold them into slavery. They had to be forced to stop selling slaves. That's how bad it got. And as soon as some people found out about this, specifically people in the black community, and they realized that the protagonists in this film potentially are the ones that sent their ancestors into the slave trade, well, they weren't too happy about it. Boycott Woman King started trending. And interestingly enough, it certainly looks like they're doing a little bit of other type of damage control. Shout out to BroTap for tagging me in this. Is this their idea of damage control? They're gonna shove The Woman King into the historical fiction genre like a Tarantino film. Ryan Kinel's right about how desperate they are. And I thought this was really interesting because look at what this says now. The Woman King, a historical epic that is based in alternate history of the Kingdom of Dahomey, one of the most powerful states of Africa in the 18th, 19th centuries. That is very different from how they were discussing this earlier. They were talking about how inspiring these women are, how incredible this group of women are that rose up against people in Africa. That was the narrative. This is based on true events. That's what they said multiple times. All of a sudden, slowly on some websites where The Woman King's being promoted, it's being changed to reflect this. But look at what we have the description on Rotten Tomatoes. The Woman King is the remarkable story of the Agoji, an all-female unit of warriors who protected the African kingdom of Dahomey. Inspired by true events, the Woman King follows the emotional journey, blah, blah, blah. What about some other things? What about on AV? What's the synopsis here? A historical epic inspired by true events that took place in the Kingdom of Dahomey, one of the most powerful states in Africa. What about here on Cinemark? The Woman King is the remarkable story of the Gahoji, an all-female unit of warriors, same thing that's on Rotten Tomatoes, inspired by true events. The Woman King follows the emotional journey epic. Well, what are some things starting to show now? Exactly the text that I said before. A historical epic based in the alternate history of the Kingdom of Dahomey. A historical epic based in the alternate history of the kingdom. What about this? Same fucking thing. A historical epic that's based in the alternate history of the Kingdom of Dahomey. It's almost like they're doing their best to try to spin this, to try to be like, hey, if we just tell people it's an alternate history, that we just completely and totally change and revise things, then they can't really pin this on us, right? But unfortunately, all the promotion that they did for this, all the times that they were kind of glorifying and saying how incredible these women were, you're talking about those actual people. You're not saying it's an alternate history. You're talking about what actually happened. You're portraying this as if you're showing these true events. Now, the way in the film that they try to get around this is that Viola Davis's character, well, she just mentions that I'm really against enslaving people. That's pretty much how they say they tried to handle it. But Viola Davis is out there kind of saying, hey, look, guys, we changed a bunch of stuff. We had to change a bunch of stuff to entertain people. Well, the lead up to this, all the promotion for this, that's not exactly what they were saying. Not too surprising that given the amount of backlash and given where the backlash is coming from, the community that they were trying to get to come to this film, it tells you that definitely some of that backlash had an impact. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.